Glad to have you join us on Business Now. I am Omobolanle Adeshui. The president of the World Bank Group, David Malpass, has said that the bank will work with the International Monetary Fund, IMF, to assess Nigeria's debt sustainability. Malpass said this during the 2022 annual meeting's opening press conference in Washington, D.C. on Thursday. He said, quote, "The bank will work with the IMF on an assessment of the debt sustainability of Nigeria, but it will be up to Nigeria itself to interact with the various creditors, which include bondholders, official creditors that are engaged in Nigeria." Earlier, the Minister of Finance, Budget and National Planning, Zainab Ahmed, had disclosed that the Nigerian government was in talks with the IMF and the World Bank to restructure the country's debt. However, the World Bank Group president said Nigeria was yet to request the common framework for debt restructuring. Malpass further noted that Nigeria's subsidy was too large, undermining the government's revenue, adding that the situation in Nigeria was concerning. And the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited, NNPCL, and the Petroleum Training Institute are to install anti-theft integrated monitoring systems on pipelines to monitor the facilities against crude oil theft. Nigeria has been losing billions of dollars for several years due to the activities of pipeline vandals to steal the country's crude massively. Speaking in Abuja at the Petroleum Training Institute's 50th anniversary, the Principal Chief Executive, PTI, Harry Ademola, said the institute had developed an oil anti-theft integrated monitoring system to effectively monitor pipelines. Reacting to this while delivering his address at the event, the Group Chief Executive Officer, NNPC, Meli Hiari, said the oil company was pleased to hear what the institute had done in terms of pipeline monitoring. He then told the PTI that NNPC would work with the institute to deploy the technology to further boost the monitoring of NNPC's pipeline with a view to addressing crude oil theft in Nigeria. The federal government may exclude micro, small and medium enterprises from the recently reintroduced 10 naira per litre excise duty for carbonated drinks. Minister of Trade and Investment Otunbani Adebayo has said. The minister stated this at the Manufacturers Association of Nigeria Export Promotion Group annual general meeting, which was held in Lagos on Thursday. According to him, the Office of the Ministry of Trade and Investment was open to engaging the relevant agencies of government in order to eliminate the bottlenecks confronting the productive sector. Asked why the federal government had looked the other way while MSMEs were placed on the same footing with multinational firms with regard to taxes and duties, the minister said his ministry would work to ease the burden on the small and micro-scale businesses. The promise of intervention by the minister followed earlier complaints by MSMEs operators who lamented that the introduced excise duty had led to skyrocketing production costs. The MSMEs operators who are in the production of carbonated drinks alleged that it would cost a single operator 4.8 million naira every year to complete the registration process and also comply with other mandatory charges imposed by the Nigeria Customs Service. And small business owners in Lagos, especially the physically challenged, have called on the government at various levels to minimize the high rate of taxes on small and medium-scale enterprises. iBrandTV senior reporter Agboje Korea reports that the physically challenged persons said double taxation is biting hard on their businesses.
In small-scale businesses, taking the physically challenged through a process of digitalizing their businesses said the only way to drive the nation's economy is to allow small businesses thrive.
We have established SMEs, and we've also established a lot of loans for people who are ready to start businesses and so on and so forth. Most of these loans are without interest. Most of these loans are without collateral. In fact, the federal government who is the collateral for most of these loans. And I'm happy at what I've seen today, that people are making use of what they have.
It is a little push these people need. If given to them, they utilize it in a very good way, I believe they will add more, they will add more, and they will add more to the growth of this economy.
A business can just run on your palm. without an office. That's what I mean. To see these small boys, some of them are selling clothes, you understand, designer clothes, they are selling perfumes, they are selling so many things, and their market is wider than somebody that has a shop and is sitting down and waiting for customer to come. Can you imagine that?
They're having the mind to find something doing. They need encouragement, both from private sector and the government people.
After several hours lectures on challenges facing the small and medium-scale businesses, some physically challenged persons at the event displayed their wares for patronage.
The government can make policies for people in favor of people with disability. Maybe the banks will reduce their interest rates for people like us so that we can have access to loan.
After the pandemic, what I was doing couldn't run, so I'm just coming up again with my own small-scale business. What I think I'm encountering is adverts, how to advertise my business. Due to my visual impairments, it's not been easy for me taking things around. And even in the little way I've been trying to market my goods, some people still feel that whatever they are getting from a blind person is not going to be as quality as what a physical person can produce.
Convener of the Business Summit said the event is to grow small businesses to large scale. She appealed to Lagos State government to reduce taxes on small businesses.
One of the challenges the small and scale business has been having has been multiple taxation. You will agree with me. We have a lot of people in our sector who have started business, and after 6, 7, 1 year, they run out of business. And this is one of the major problems we are facing, because they got to pay taxes, they got to pay fees, they got to pay levies. And these are the things they need to pay. You don't pay it, you stop doing business. They could seize your goods. They could even lock your shops. These are the things we need to look at. We can't just keep quiet and feel that things are going well. Things are not going well. You know why this business is very, very important and crucial to us? If we say we want to have a healthy society, if we say we want to have a good society, and people are not making a living, I don't think we are serious.
If the lessons and skills gained in the summit is put to use by participants, they hope that many of these physically challenged will improve their businesses is sure. iBrandTV reporting for iBrandTV News.
And the Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, has barred foreign banks operating in Nigeria from receiving deposits locally. In a final guideline released yesterday and signed by the CBN Director, Financial Policy and Regulation Department, Chibuzo Ifobi, the Apex Bank said licensed foreign operators will not be allowed to provide services designated in Nigeria as banking business, including deposit collection and funds transfer. The guidelines titled, quote, Regulation of Representative Offices of Foreign Banks in Nigeria, end of quote, said licensed operators are not allowed to provide commercial or trading activity that may lead to the issuance of invoices for services rendered. They are also barred from accepting orders on behalf of the foreign parent and engaging directly in any financial transaction. The Apex Bank directed the representative offices of foreign banks to serve as an important purpose of showcasing the brand and services of its parent company. They are also mandated to stimulate foreign direct investment to the host country by connecting capital to various investment opportunities. The CBN guideline listed financial requirement for representative offices in Nigeria as 5 million naira application fee and 10 million naira licensing fee, bringing the total cost of approval to 15 million naira. The CBN said a representative office should use the parent's name only in conjunction with the description representative office in its document and correspondences, including office signage, letterheads, and business cards. And 12 Nigerian banks listed on the Nigerian exchange paid 62.4 billion naira to the Nigerian Deposit Insurance Corporation, NDIC, as deposit insurance premium in the first half of 2022. This represents a 15.4% increase compared to 54.07 billion naira recorded in the corresponding period of 2021. Deposit-taking banks pay deposit insurance premiums through premium assessment on their domestic deposits. Hence, the bank's insurance premium spending is a function of the volume of their customer deposits and their perceived risks. Meanwhile, the bank's accumulated total customer deposits of 41.2 trillion naira as of the end of June 2022, representing an increase of 3.28 trillion naira from 37.9 trillion naira recorded at the beginning of the year. The amount paid by the bank to the regulatory body represents 0.15% of the aggregate customer deposits by the 12 banks. When annualized, the figure rises to about 0.3% or 30 basis points. NDIC charges banks between 30 to 50 basis points on their total demand deposits.